Hey everyone, it is John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur here, coming at you tonight. Another great evening, and actually, we're getting into the wee hours of the morning for actually June 4th on Saturday, actually. But anyway, if you are new, you're going to notice in the top right corner there's a QR code. Go ahead and scan that QR code for me. It'll take you over to my link tree, which has lots of great information, free, and some videos to help you become better versions of yourself and help other people become better versions of themselves as well. So, welcome. And every single day we have a topic based on the master topic of the week that's a little more granular. And we go from day 1 to day 7, which starts on a Saturday, which will be starting tonight, and it ends basically on Friday, but we're a little late, so we're into Saturday morning, the wee hours. And so, if you are coming back, well, welcome back, my friends, colleagues, and associates. It's so wonderful to have you here, supporting me and watching the great channel here. And hopefully, some of the new people will become just like you guys who've been here for so long. Really appreciate that. All right, let's get into what our topic is, shall we? Great. So, our topic is How to Crack Your Egg series, episode 7. All right. If you remember when I started the series back last week, which was Saturday, not too long ago, I started off by cracking an egg. I took a real live egg. It was an organic egg, but I took a real live egg. And I said that the egg has some very interesting properties. One, if you don't crack the egg properly, well, you're going to damage the precious cargo inside, right? So we have to know how to crack the egg in a way that's appropriate without damaging, without making a big mess. And so, same thing happens in our lives. We have challenges, we have enigmas, amazes, and we have to get through them. But we have to do it in a way that doesn't damage the information, it doesn't harm us, and doesn't harm others. Thus, what I want to share with you tonight, or this morning, I should say, is that I use the egg because, see, the egg is a very hard shell, right? You can still break it, but there's a way to break the egg. And you can actually break the egg. Most people use two hands when they get started and they'll use it to guide, but you can just use one hand to crack. And then as you start to get it to open, you basically can take the other hand and then you can kind of break it carefully. You need the second hand to kind of do that. And then once you've done that, you can kind of pull it out. Now, some people go from one to the other to get just the yolk. Now, it might seem easy to crack an egg, which it is by chance. However, if you don't take the appropriate steps that are necessary to crack an egg, well, you get mush, you get a mess, and you get eggshells in your precious cargo, which is not something you want to be sampling or eating. All right, so now let's think for a moment about how to crack your egg. So we talked about different challenges with people. What's something else that you'd want to crack? I have one. And I think it's the ability to decipher whether someone is being truthful to you. I'm not saying to try to read their mind. I'm just saying, are they being truthful to you? Is there a way that you can crack that egg? Because I think this is a valuable skill, right? How do you know if someone is being truthful to you? How? Well, there are some signs. All right. First thing I'm going to tell you is that um, whenever they want to share something with you, the story is really dragged out. And there's so many details in there. In fact, if you ask them to repeat the story later on, they're probably going to tell you no. And if they do, and you pay particular attention to the details, you're going to notice that they've changed, or maybe some have been added or omitted because they're lying and they're making it up. All right. Maybe you'll pick up the fact that they're holding the right amount of eye contact, like it's a little bit stronger than normal. Their breathing is really steady because they're nervous. Their voice may be steady. They don't want to do anything except they'll neglect to blame outside forces, right? When liars tend to use a negative outside force as an excuse, I'm late because there was traffic, right? So they do that. They neglect to blame and they use the outside force. Oh, well, I had somebody who's coming to a job interview. Well, I should sue XYZ, who's the company that my cell phone services with. You can't do that. Oh, yes, I can. And that's the reason I didn't get the job. And I'm like, we definitely don't want that person working for us. Maybe you haven't noticed them touching their nose. If you watch the person's hands, are they reaching up and touching their nose? Not just once, but multiple times. Because at one time it could be an itch, but if they keep doing it, that indicates they're being self-conscious and they're probably nervous that you might be picking up that they're lying. Likewise, another gesture will be covering certain vulnerability parts, like they'll cover maybe their neck without even knowing it. They might cover their heart. They might cover lower abdomen. They'll cover parts of their body that are precious to them because they want to protect themselves. The rate of blinking, this is interesting, okay, doesn't change. So blinking is a very easy way to detect if someone's telling you the truth. Those who are very honest will maintain a constant rhythm of blinking as they speak to you. However, if they are lying, they're really trying to get something out. And when they do that, they're going to be focused so hard that their blink rate doesn't change. All right. According to research from the UCLA online, most people that prevaricate tend to use sentence fragments more often while speaking, as opposed to while truth tellers tend to speak in complete sentences. All right. Another thing that happens is you can tell that there's a smile that is basically fake, right? That's another one. Your instincts just sort of tell you that something's not right. You can't put your finger on it, but you know something's not right. And if you ask somebody something, oh, we've got this wonderful, stupid people in here. Not you, Kenny. Kenny, it's great to have you here. Why so late? Well, it's been a little crazy, to be honest with you, and had some other things I was working on. But I always get these out before I do turn in. So I wanted to wrap this up well. We got those crazy people in here again, so we've got to go ahead and block them. They keep coming on. I don't know why they come on. I wish they wouldn't come on. And they put all this X-rated content that our moderators have to get rid of. And Kenny, they think they're being funny, but really they're just showing their ignorance. But tonight, we're talking about the fact that cracking your egg can be just as delicate as sensing out whether someone's lying or not. Yeah, whether someone is lying or not. Because if they lie, that means that their behavior is trying to get you to believe something else. Maybe it's because of a price. Maybe it's because they didn't do what they promised you to do. So they're hoping that you don't catch on. Right? They're hoping that you don't catch on. And so when you think about people, we don't think about somebody lying, but generally, if somebody keeps hanging around you, right, and they share something with you. Yes, I do too, Kenny. So, but there's a way we have to handle it. And so I like to call them prevaricators, a little bit nicer of a word. However, when somebody lies, we have to understand the reason that they lie. Now, sometimes people lie and they don't do it intentionally. They do it because, right, they're fake. That's one reason. The other reason they do it is maybe there's something going on in their life. I'm not saying all the time, but this does happen. Maybe they lost a loved one. It could be something traumatic that happened to them. They might have been diagnosed with something that was fatal. Okay. And so we have to be able to understand, is this something that happened in their life? So what I usually like to do when I talk to somebody, if I feel they're lying, I'm like, how's everything going with you? Oh, terrible. I just got diagnosed with. And so when you hear that, I kind of give them a little slack. And then I come back and I ask the question like in a few weeks, but I try to help them because they're probably so inundated with this news and they don't know how to handle it. But you're also right, Kenny, that a lot of people, yes, they intentionally lie, and they lie because they feel that maybe they can put something over on you. Like, they can get something for nothing, or they can get something at a discount if they lie about something. They also may lie because it's going to raise their esteem, or so they feel it will. Or shall I say, a short term raise their esteem or their ego to make themselves brighter and more attractive to other people and people that they want to come around. However, when these other people find out that what they are doing is lying, it's going to make it even worse. I agree with you. I think they should always tell the truth, but I have had a couple issues, Kenny, where I was doing peer counseling at college, and they were having such a challenge in their life. A couple people were actually going to commit suicide, and they were lying because they were trying to find a reason to not be alive. Because if they were truthful to themselves, then what they were doing really would not make sense. I agree with you. Everyone should tell it like it is, and I always say to people, you're going to like me, you're going to love me, or you're going to hate me, and life goes on. But I'm going to tell you what you may or may not want to hear. Are you sure you want me to give you the answer? Well, yeah. What do you think? So even if it's horrible, you want me to tell you. I mean, it might not be, but do you want me to tell you that? Yeah, 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 why not? Then I come out and I'm like, well, you asked me for it, and I'm going to tell you that I think it was a great concept. However, it was a very poor execution, and I think it was something that you just threw together at the last moment. Um, I've had some people that I've worked with, and there's this whole stigma, and I'm sure you can probably relate to this, Kenny, is that people want to work from home. Now, I don't have a problem with people working from home. Let me get a swig of water here. What I have a problem with is people abusing the privilege. Again, I said it, the privilege to work from home. Same here. Yes, love me, like me, hate me, and I'm still going to tell you the truth. So what they do is they tell you that they want to work from home. Okay, fine. I have somebody that wants to work from home. Maybe they don't want to come in when fine. However, what I notice, Kenny, for everyone else watching, is that they're not delivering the same amount of work. And so you approach them about it, and then you start having a conversation. They're like, well, I'm doing other things. Well, what are you doing? Well, I was making dinner for my family. So I'm paying you to be doing work for me while you're making dinner. Well, yeah, it's work that I'm doing in my mind. Yeah, that's not really good. Yes, that's really important, Kenny, is that you have to love you and love yourself. And so, a great exercise that I love to do, and it's a great thing. If you want to achieve a goal or you really are having some challenges in your life, go to the mirror. And we're going to do a video on this in the future, a show on the mirror itself. So, the mirror of change, when you go to the mirror and you talk into the mirror, you actually will find out that your body, your inside, becomes the mirror. So let's say you stand in front of the mirror, right? And you all know the phrase that I've been using for a long, long time. I'm going to pop it on on the screen right now, and that is large sums of money come to me easily and quickly in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis for the good of all that I get to keep. Looking in that mirror with conviction, large sums of money come to me easily and quickly in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis for the good of all that I get to keep. Say it again. Look in that mirror. Large sums of money come to me easily and quickly in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis for the good of all that I get to keep. Now, it also has the same effect when I'm doing it while I'm on camera because I'm actually still seeing myself just like I'm in a mirror. So what does that do? Well, first of all, it gets your neurology to pay attention to the fact that you really believe this. And there is a great connection from Neville Goddard, which many of you might know. And that is that we have to live the life of the wish fulfilled. Huh? What are you talking about? All right. I told you the way I manifested my first car many, many years ago. Okay. The one I just gave you, live the feeling of the wish. I'll put it on the screen here for you. Fulfilled. Neville Goddard. And so I'm actually gonna. You guys should have seen that. If you don't see it, I'm actually gonna post it as a banner because I know sometimes on certain platforms like LinkedIn, I don't think they actually let you. They don't actually let you do that for whatever reason. So I'm gonna just pop it here as a banner. So live the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and that's Neville Goddard. Now that I've got that on there, live the feeling of the wish fulfilled. We'll take the large sums off the screen. So, what does this mean? Well, there was a time a while back, and these crazy characters keep coming back with their terrible information. I mean, just terrible. So we have to keep blocking them. I don't know what it is, Kenny. I don't know why these people come on. They're from a domain called XYZ, and they think they're being funny with their X-rated content, trying to sell their X-rated crap. And we have to block them so much. I just don't know why people like that don't really live the purpose in their life. Okay. Anyway, back on track here. Live the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So Neville Goddard did something many, many years ago, way before I was born. So he had this thing where he said to everyone to climb a ladder, but he said, write down a piece of paper that I will never climb a ladder. Write it on a piece of paper, put it everywhere you go. Your fridge, your bathroom, your door, your car, put it everywhere. I'm trying to, Kenny. The problem is that they keep coming back in under slightly different aliases. So it's annoying because they change one letter. And I've been trying to get StreamYard, and actually they're not coming from. They're actually coming from. I believe they're coming from YouTube or Twitch, and they're not being responsible. When I try to put the complaint into them, they're like, "There's nothing we can do about it." So you put this phrase out that I will not climb a ladder. 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 I will never climb a ladder. Ever. I will never, ever climb a ladder. No matter what I do, I will not climb a ladder. Okay. So now you believe you're not going to climb a ladder, and you've said it a million times because we always say that repetition is the mother of learning. And when we repeat things, our words turn into things. However, before you go to sleep every night, I want you to imagine yourself climbing a ladder. Just imagine yourself putting your first foot on the bottom rung, then your first hand on the next rung above, then the next step and the left, and feel how it feels to be stepping up the ladder. All right. So all in your waking day, you keep saying, I'm not going to climb a ladder. 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 Makes perfect sense, right? So usually within 2 or 3 days, you're doing something, and all of a sudden you're like, son of a gun, I'm climbing a ladder. And you're like surprised that you're climbing a ladder. Yes, so this is a thing that Neville teaches, Kenny, that he had this group in one of the back of his churches where he said, it's for the people that climb the ladder. And so we're not going to climb the ladder. He says, well, you can't come to the second meeting until you've climbed the ladder. So, yes, climbing ladder is a great analogy to success and proverbial things in life, to things that we want to be. But his whole point is that you told your conscious that you're not going to climb a ladder. Every day you kept telling yourself that. You saw signs of it around your home, notes, but each night before you went to bed, you envisioned climbing a ladder. So what does that mean? Well, it proves something that many of us may or may not know, is that our subconscious runs our body. Now, there is that 5% we know that's the autonomic nervous system that runs things like our blink rate, that controls our heart, right? And so when we are lying, we were saying before that your eyes, that's what you're having to try to, you can kind of change that. Now you can increase your heart rate, you can lower your heart rate, but the body keeps a stasis of making sure the heart is functioning. All right. So what's going on is the subconscious is getting this whole thing of, climbing a ladder, and you're living the feeling of the wish fulfilled, which is you climbing the ladder. So when I did my first goal setting, many years ago, when I graduated college, and after taking a neuro-linguistic programming class and becoming certified, taking the Silva method, and also getting a degree in education, also hypnosis, a clinical hypnosis, I said, gee, why am I doing what everybody else is telling me to do? I shouldn't be doing this. I'm not living my own advice. What I tell people is that you need to watch your words, watch your thoughts, your mind. You change your words, you change your thoughts, you change your mind. You will, in fact, improve the quality of your life, which is what we all want here. So what happened here in this situation is that your mind runs your body. So what I did is I wanted a car. I wanted my first luxury car. And I was driving at that time, I think it was my first car. It was a used, only maybe 1,000 miles on, or maybe not even. It was a Chevy S10 Blazer. It's my first car that I got when I got my my license. And I had that car for, I'm going to tell you, not even a year before I was already getting Cherokee Limited. I think I had a white one, a gray one, another white one, and I had a few of those. But I wanted more of a luxury car. Even though this was kind of a luxury car, I wanted more of a luxury car. And so I first got a picture of the car that I wanted to have, the exact color, the style, the model, everything. And I was able to go online and see the car. So I got pictures of it, put it on my phone, put it on my computer, my screensaver. I did all that. Then I went to the dealership, and I asked to test drive the car. And so I did. I test drive that car. But when I got into that car, I started to take real close notice of things. How did the seat feel against my body? What was the temperature like in the car? What did the lady or the gentleman say before I was test driving the car? What did the navigation system do? And how did it work? And how did the blinkers work? And how did I feel driving that car? What did I feel like? How was I sitting when I was in that car? And I kept telling myself that car is mine, that car is mine, that car is mine, that car is mine. Well, when I came home every night, I'd sit in my favorite chair, and I would close my eyes. And this was one of those smart start cars, so you didn't need a key anymore. So I went down and I literally pressed the button. The car started. Like, I can feel this is great. I did everything from the moment that opened the car, got into the car, driving it, putting on the cruise control, going to a restaurant, going to different places, and having a lot of fun. And just feeling it, but just feeling so great because I already have the car. Every night I have the car. I sit in my chair and I have it. Now, that's pretty cool, right? And so the reason I tell you this is that within 6 months or less, that car just showed up in my driveway. So let me tell you about a new thing I'm manifesting right now. And I don't tell you this to brag or anything like that, but I tell you this because I want to emphasize a point of manifestation. So one of my new manifestations I'm working on is I love to bowl. And in my next home, I want my own custom 2-lane bowling alley. And so I picture myself there with some of my friends and having some parties at home and having a whole like game area, man cave, and even picturing the kinds of equipment that are going to be there, from the juicer to the ice cream maker to the pool table, and just feeling it, the music, and then getting into that. And so when I get into that, I feel I already have the bowling alley. I just close my eyes and I have it. So that alley is already mine. It's just not here in the physical world. It hasn't manifested yet in the physical world. So, in order to have that money, in order to have those things that you want, you have to live the feeling of the wish fulfilled. All right. Another thing that I tell people to do, and I'm going to share this with you right now. It's a little secret here that I'm going to share this with you. So, I have a $5 bill. All right. All right. So, if you're trying to manifest money in your life, here's a really great tip. And this is a bonus. I wasn't even supposed to do this tonight. So look at the dollar bill. It could be a 5, could be a 10, a 20, 50, 100. I don't care what it is. $1,000. So you look at your bill, right? You look at the bill. This one happens to be a 5, so it's Abraham Lincoln. I look at the serial number. I look at the markings. I see it says 5. It says Federal Reserve note, $5, series 2013. I can feel the paper, how it feels. The United States of America, in God we trust. And I guess they should put on the bottom there, all others pay cash. I remember seeing that somewhere. Then it says $5. Nice picture of the building in Washington. We can see that. So I look at this bill, right? I can feel it, right? Feels great. Nice feeling, isn't it? All right. So here's something that's going to sound strange, but I want you to just bear with me. I'm actually going to inhale the bill. All right. Going to breathe in, smelling it. And then I'm going to exhale. And when I exhale, I'm going to say, I am one with the abundance of money. Ready? I am one with the abundance of money. 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 Now, if you smell the bill and you don't like the way it smells, well, you got to change that, because that's why you're not attracting it. So I love the bill. I love the way it feels. I love the smell of it. It feels so great. I am one with the abundance of money. And you know what I do? I fold it. I put it back in my pocket. And then I pull that bill out later on during the day again. And so what this does is it creates an attraction to money. And remember, money may be a piece of paper, but it's not just a piece of paper, ladies and gentlemen. Money and everything in this world, from you, I, the computer, the camera, this world, everything is energy. So if everything is energy, that means that nothing can ever be created or destroyed. Everything is that ever will be. Now, I know that sounds strange. So without getting too much into physics here, the idea is that everything is here, right? And we create things twice, once in our mind and then once in real life. When we think about money, if you're not drawing it into your life, here's probably the reason why. This is a little bonus. I wasn't even going here tonight. Maybe because you smelled it, or maybe because you got money and it was dirty. So whenever I get money, I always like it to be clean. I always picture my money being clean. I'm always getting clean bills. If I ever get dirty bills, I go exchange them for clean bills. So you have to make sure that if there was an aversion you had to money, that you get rid of that aversion. If you get rid of the aversion, well, more money is going to flow into your life. And be grateful for what you have. So you might say to me, hey, John, oh, I need that. I got to spend that. No. So take the money that you have, whatever this bill is, don't spend it. Just keep it in your pocket and just being grateful for the fact that you have that money. And what's going to happen is the universe is going to slowly work over the next few days to start showing you opportunities where you can make money. Pretty cool, right? So respect the money, be grateful for the money, and appreciate it. And then what you can do is, if you had any kind of phrases in your head that kind of, were steering you away from that, all I tell you to do, okay, is, let's say there was a phrase that you might have heard. Take that phrase and imagine that phrase being said backwards really fast by one of your favorite cartoon characters. And you're like, "Oh, that's kind of funny." And guess what? It no longer has an effect on you. So you'll be able to attract money. The reason people don't attract money in their life is because they have an aversion to it. They're afraid of it. And if you are looking for money and you're not grateful for what you have, more won't show up. And these clowns are back again. It looks like they're on Tinder. So it looks like that's probably the one that I've got to go ahead and block, these clowns. So I probably got to block. Looks like I've got to block Tinder. Well, they're saying they're coming from Tinder, but it looks like they're coming. It looks like they're coming from. They're coming from. They're coming from. They're coming from Twitch. So again, yeah. Just doing that. Now you might say to me, John, I want a day or two to make any money. Okay. What I want to share with you is that tomorrow you start doing this exercise. Maybe you notice a penny on the ground. Pick it up, because these are little synchronicities that what you're doing is attracting. Now, it might not be the millions you want or what you want exactly, but be grateful that it showed up into your life. I mean, I think that is the most coolest thing. And taking this money and smelling it, this works, ladies and gentlemen. I have to tell you, I've done this for years and it works. I am one with the abundance of money. I am one with the abundance of money. I am one with the abundance of money. And so the other thing I tell you to do is think about the money you have and how more money will help you do great things. Like, what are you going to do with your money? Are you going to donate it? Are you going to buy something nice? Are you going to go to a restaurant? What are you going to do with your money? And so if there's any aversions, like, somebody makes a comment to you or anything that's like trying to prevent you from the money, like maybe there's a bill and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if so don't worry about not having the money to pay the bill. Just worry that you're doing your ritual and just saying, I have more than enough money to pay my bills. So these people keep coming on here like crazy. I don't know why these characters keep coming on here. Yes, Helix. So again, let me share with you. I gotta block this user again here. So just to share, I wish I had money. So what you need to do, Helix, is, I'm not sure if you've been watching me, but you need to live the spirit of the wish fulfilled, Neville Goddard. So if you are right now not having the money that you want, the first exercise that I actually shared, and this works, take a $5, take $1, $10, doesn't matter what you have. Keep the dollar in your pocket all day, or whatever money you have. Doesn't matter, $5, but don't spend it, okay? And just look at the bill, feel the bill, be grateful that you have it. Just really be into the money, okay? Read it, like it, and smell it. Exhale. I am one with the abundance of money. I am one with the abundance of money. I am one with the abundance of money. So the language is really, really important. And so what I mean by that, Helix and everyone else that's watching, is that when you say, I wish I had, you're sending information to the universe, lack. You're like, I don't have money. So, all right, keep giving me more of what I'm telling you that I don't have. So you're telling the universe, I wish I had money. What you need to be saying, Helix, is, I'm grateful for the money that I have in my life now. Now, it might not be enough, it might not be everything you need, but I'm grateful for the money that I have. And I'm grateful for the money that I keep getting. When you do that, your reticular activating system is going to say, hey, I'm going to start showing you opportunities of where you can make more money in your life. That's it. And when you're saying to myself that I can't make money, I'm guessing that there's probably a mental block. There is a great video that you definitely should watch on my John C. Morley Serial Entrepreneur channel. Just go to YouTube and type John space C space Morley space Serial Entrepreneur. And in that thing, I'll see if I can give you that link real quick. There is a video that I want you to watch. It's actually a stress video. All right. Um, the video that I want you to watch is a stress video, and it's actually titled by me. It's actually called "How to Relieve Stress." Part 5. I have it for you right here. I'm just going to paste it into this as a. I'm going to paste it here actually as a banner because I can't actually copy it in. So I'm going to paste it here right as a banner so you'll see it. Um, and you can actually go right to that, or you can just go to John C. Morley, Serial Entrepreneur. That will get you to my YouTube channel. That's exactly the video right there. And it's how the actual video is actually entitled How to Relieve Stress, Part 5. And it's a very interesting video because it has you closing your eyes and it has you going through steps. You see, as I was saying before, 95% of our body is run by our subconscious. I was giving this talk before about Neville Goddard, and he had this whole thing about not climbing a ladder. So he said, I want you all to promise me you're never going to climb a ladder. So what he did was he had this thing in the back of his church, but he became very well known for this. And he told everyone, you're not going to climb a ladder. You promise me you're never going to climb a ladder. Okay, great. I want you to write down a piece of paper. I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder. And say it many times. Have it in your wallet, have it in your door, have it in your kitchen, have it in your bathroom, have it in your car, have it all over. I will not climb a ladder. 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 Whatever I do, I will not climb a ladder. All right. Every night before you go to bed, picture yourself climbing a ladder. Imagine yourself putting your dominant foot down first, then putting your first hand on the next rung, then the next foot, and feel how that feels as you're going up the ladder and just getting up there. And all of a sudden, in a few days, guess what's going to happen? You're going to climb a ladder. Pretty cool, right? So, what I want to impress about on all of you, for those of you that don't know, I am an international keynote speaker, and our mind is so powerful. There are lots of great videos at Believe, Believe, meachieve.com, including link to my John C. Morley Serial Entrepreneur channel. I have a science channel, and we just launched JCM Academy, which is a brand new playlist channel that talks about how somebody can start a business, and we talk about things in business. So really cool stuff. I enjoyed being with all of you guys tonight. I hope that this improves the quality of your life, and I hope that you guys have had fun because, cracking that egg in our lives is not as hard as it seems. We just have to put the mental energy into it. And then when it shows up in our life, take action toward it. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I hope that you'll start using some of the techniques that I shared with you, because if you do, I know your life will change. Do you want it to? I'm John C. Morley, Serial Entrepreneur. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your morning or night, and I'll be back later on to have a whole new master topic. Take care, everyone.